Hi, my name is Dr. Tom Lewis, founder of Real Health Clinics. I'm a medical scientist with degrees from the Harvard School of Public Health and MIT. Real Health Clinics is all about finding solutions for neurodegenerative diseases like Alzheimer's, Parkinson's, and other dementias. What I want to talk about today is the next level of the connection between cardiovascular disease and Alzheimer's. This is part 2 of a series. So the Alzheimer's and cardiovascular disease connection. I really want to dig down into the weeds in this connection. And in the last video I talked about how Alzheimer's is a vascular disease, that heart attacks are attached to blockages in the largest vessels, stroke, large vessels, mini strokes in the brain, branch vessels, vascular dementia, fine vessels, and finally Alzheimer's disease, a disease of capillaries that MRI, the major diagnostic to diagnose Alzheimer's, cannot see capillaries, so they're missing the diagnosis. So let's drill down into the proof that there's a connection between Alzheimer's and even heart attack as a vascular disease. So this is the typical slide of heart disease you'll see in your doctor's office. Here's a healthy vessel, and then here's a unhealthy vessel, a heart disease vessel, where we have so-called cholesterol foam cells building up in the interior of the vessel. But I think the model is a failed model. Matter of fact, I know, and in fact, a pathologist in Germany showed this model to be inaccurate in 1876. So let's go over what this pathologist by the name of Koester found out. What he found out is that a large vessel, think about the large pipe in your home and you have a clog. Is it the large pipe that clogs first, or is it the little teeny pipe? And logically, it's the little teeny pipe. Well, large vessels aren't just sitting out there on their own. There are small vessels that support the health of the large vessel. Every tissue in our body needs to have a capillary within 3 cell diameters of any cell for that cell to be healthy. So the vasa vasorum, if this is a big blood vessel, here's the pipe down here and the blood's flowing through here. This is all the structure of the blood vessel. And these small vessels support the health of this entire structure. That's called the so-called vasa vasorum, and these are capillaries. So this is Dr. McCulley from Harvard who put this concept together and then proved it, is that you have the vasa vasorum, you have the small blood vessels, and you have some type of inflammatory insult in the vessel, oftentimes perpetuated and delivered by infection. And then we have all this plaque developing. We're very familiar with the concept of plaque, but it's actually a response by the immune system. And so this is the inside of the blood vessel, and so we see this plaque, but the plaque really formed from the outside. It didn't accumulate here. It accumulated from the inside through the capillaries, the vasa vasorum. So let's go back to this original slide. Now you can see what we're saying is there are small vasculature, small vessels and capillaries here, and this is where the plaque builds from the outside to the inside. And we have a very simple example, and I don't want to say Alzheimer's and acne are connected, but here's a picture of a pimple, okay? And from the context, it kind of shows us what the plaque looks like. So here's the pimple accumulated, and a pimple is actually an infectious disease, and we have all this infiltration of so-called cytokines accumulating in a sac, and if this is the inside of the blood vessel, by analogy, the plaque is forming from the skin to the inside. So it's forming from the outside of the blood vessel to the inside, and there's the plaque. Okay, so this is the connection then. So heart disease is really, when you dig down into the weeds, it's a disease of the small vessels that support the large vessels. And what's another name for these small vessels? Capillaries. Alzheimer's is a disease of the small vessels, capillaries in the brain. That's your connection. Alzheimer's is a vascular disease, or at least has a strong vascular component tied to the capillaries in the brain, same as in your heart. My name is Dr. Tom Lewis, founder of Real Health Clinics, and thank you for your time.